Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we are going to just be playing with some makeup that I got for Christmas and what I bought today. So let's just get on with the video and just play with some makeup. So please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Please follow my Instagram and follow my TikTok, which will all be linked on the screen and in my bio. So let's get started. Okay, so the first thing I like to do when doing my makeup is doing my brows. So I did my brow right here, and I'm just gonna do a little tutorial of how I do my brows. So I like to use the Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow in medium brown, and I take this a little bit amount, and don't mind my mirror right here. And I just like to do tiny little strokes in the middle of my eyebrow hairs to start making the shape. And then I don't like do the same thing all the time. So I like to just start drawing until I get the shape I want. So then after I get some of the lip brow in, I'm taking my e.l.f. pencil, and this is in the shade, I also believe it's neutral brown. And then I like to color everything that I missed in. I sometimes like using a pencil then a dip brow because sometimes it is difficult for me to use a dip brow. Like on this eyebrow, it's always been difficult to get the pigment in this eyebrow. So I also like to do little hairs, but I don't really need that in the front since I have a ton of hair in the front. And just want to make it all colored in and dark, like that. That is pretty good, but I like to take a little bit more. And I like to pinch the brush and make the line better. This is also a brush from Jeffree Star. This is his JS7 brush. And we just like to, that seems pretty good. So I do not like to put concealer on top of my brow because I don't feel like it looks natural. So I like to take this, what is this called? It's like a gel. I'm not sure. I'll put it on the screen. And I just like to carve out my brow with this on top. Just like that. And then I'm going to take the concealer and cut my eyebrows to be how I like it to be. So I'll be right back. Okay, so I am back with my eyelids all primed, but we are going to do the eyeshadow later, and I want to get some of my base done already. So we are going to be taking ColourPop Illuminating Primer. And I'm just going to do one pump, that's a lot. And we're just gonna, oh, that's a lot. Put this on my skin. I'm gonna put a little bit too much. Okay, so my primer is on. I am going to be using the Juvia's Place Full Coverage Foundation. This is in the shade Mariaco 710. I think that's how you say it. So here it is on my hand. We're going to see if this is my shade. Pretty sure that is. So I'm using a brush because I've been getting tired of using a sponge, and I feel like the sponge takes a ton of the product out of the pump I did, and I don't really like that. So I've been trying to be using a brush because I got a ton of brushes for Christmas. And we're just using that. This is very full coverage. I like how this is applying to my face. I'm going to add a little bit more foundation because I didn't get the rest of it. And I'm just going to place it with my finger where it's going and then buffing that out. My forehead is darker than the rest of my face. I don't really know why, because I don't like tan that much, especially since it's winter. And I don't use any spray tan. I like to do after I apply my foundation with the brush, I like to take off like all the excess and just pat it in to get all the brush strokes out of here because we don't like it. Ooh. Make sure this is clean now because just got some green on my skin. This foundation is very nice. It is very light on the skin but full coverage. The price for this foundation is $20, but there was a sale going on, so I got it for $10 at Ulta. Okay, so I am going to be, no, not that. I'm going to be taking my Instant Age Rewind from Maybelline New York concealer. This is in the shade 110 Fair. And I like to put this down and bring it up. This is almost the same shade as my foundation. So I'll probably put another foundation or concealer. I like to put it right down my nose, on my forehead, and on my chin. And sometimes right here and right here. And then I like to take a beauty blender and just start blending the concealer in. Okay, so to set the face, I'm going to be using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Loose Setting Powder. This is in the shade Vanilla. And this is the first time I am going to be using this powder. So this will be very interesting. I'm going to take my beauty blender and set, not bake, set under my eyes. Very lightly. And then I'm going to be taking my like little powder puff from Tati Beauty, and I'm just going to use this to set the rest of my face. So my face is all set, and my face looks very flawless. It looks so nice and beautiful. So I definitely love the foundation and the powder. Of course, I love the concealer and the primer. That looked very good. Of course, I like mine matte, so there's really no point of using illuminating primer, but it's hydrating, so we're going to do that. But I'm going to take my beauty blender, and I am going to put some powder under my eye for baking. And we are going to start the eyeshadow process and finish the face later. So I am back, and we are going to be using the Morphe X Manny MUA Glam palette. I haven't used this yet, so this is going to be a little review on his palette, but I'm so excited to use this because I've been wanting to get my hands on this forever now. So let's get started. Alright, so looking at these colors, I want to use this shade right here. This is called Gamata. Definitely want to use this. And then maybe Scorpio or Leo. Gamata, which is right here on my brush. This is a brush from Bestope. It has no number, but I'm just gonna take it, do a little dusting off, and we're gonna put this right in my crease. we're going to be using some tapping motions to get the most pigment out of the brush or the eyeshadow. Okay, so I'm just tapping off any excess, and then we're going to just blend this out a little bit. Not too much because we're going to add another shade. I'm going to take, not this brush, I'm going to take this defining brush really, and I am going to dip into Firewitch, which is right here, because I like to use a denser brush on the outer part of it, so I have more control on where it goes and how far it goes up the brow. So we're putting it right up there, and we're just wrapping it around Gamata. So I'm just gonna take one of my own brushes. Let's see. This fluffy brush, this is from Jeffree. This is the JS9, and I am just going to softly blend this out. Like that. And then I'm just going to we're going to take Leo, which is right here, and we're going to just put this on my lid. Let's do a little bit more. Alright, and then I'm just going to take a brush to get the inner corner since my finger can't get it there. Okay, and this is the eye. I will be right back with the other eye. Okay, so I have my eyes all done, and we are just going to be doing the rest of my makeup, which is the face. Okay, so I'm going to be using this e.l.f. bronzer palette, and I'm just going to take like a little bit of all of them, dust it off, and so we are done with bronzer. We are going to be using this Milani blush. This is one of my favorite blushes, and we're just going to tap, 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 and then I just like to pat that in. And I like to just dust a little bit on top of my nose. And before we go on with the rest of the face, we need to do my nose. I'm taking this angled brush. This is Morphe E62. I'm going to use the first pan, and we're just going to draw a line down like that. Do another line down like that. We want to put it right here, close that, and then right on the bridge right there. And what I like to do is I like to take my beauty blender and just tap that in a tiny bit, and also just put a little powder right there. Alright, and now all we have to do is highlighter. So I'm going to be using the BPerfect's Sub-Zero palette from Mama Mitchell. I am obsessed with this palette, and I'm just going to use one of these brushes, and we're going to take MMMM So it's like the whitest one, and it's so pretty. This is like my everyday highlighting palette. I use this all the time, and I'm surprised we have not gotten to the downside of the pan. Alright, I'm going to put a little bit more on my nose because the fan brush doesn't really work that well for my nose. And put it where we need to. Tap a little bit off for the tip of my nose, rub it in a little bit. And yeah. So all we have to do is the lip. So I'm going to be using this lipstick. It is from Rimmel London. It is in shade 45. Do a little bit nude lip since we did such a colorful eye. And I'm taking this e.l.f. lip gloss, which is so pretty. I love this. And thank you guys so much for watching. This is the final product. I think it came out super cute, and I would totally wear this out. So thank you guys so much for watching. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel so you get to see more tutorials and more nail videos I haven't posted yet, and hair videos. And please follow my Instagram and my TikTok, which will be all linked in the description box and on the screen. See you guys next time. Bye!